In this tutorial, I'll give you a short introduction to using the debugger in Statistics 101. Here's a short program that's fairly typical that will compute the probability of getting exactly 2 heads when tossing 3 coins. In order to start the process, rather than click on first I'll click on the run program so you can see the result. Here it computed the probability, and here's the histogram showing the results. And now let's say we wanted to debug this program. There aren't any errors in it, but if there were, we would use this to find the errors. So in order to debug, I click on this thing that looks like a bug here. And what happened first is you can see the debug window opened up. The debug window shows all of the variables of the program and their contents. So far we're just sitting at the first executable line of the program at line 4. And so nothing has happened yet and all of the variables are empty. First I'll show you a couple features of the debugger window. You can see that it lists the variables that are in the program and their contents. Right now the contents are empty because we're still at the first line of the program and haven't executed it yet. Down at the bottom there's a button here where if I click it, it will show the internal variables. The internal variables are those that are created by the program in the process of its execution that normally you don't need to consider, and but once in a while you might want to know what those are. But for now we're going to ignore that and come back here. Now we're on the line 4 of the program, and if I click this execute next command button, we'll go to line 5. You can see over on the left at the debugger that now this coin has 2 values in it. This is a vector with the values heads and tails in it. We're going to select from that to create our trials. So the number of trials we're going to do is 10,000. Now that shows up in the debugger window. And I'm going to continue to step through now the repeat block that's right there. You can see now it's going to execute sample of 3 coins. That shows up at the left now. It found tails, heads, heads. This is our first toss. And then we're going to record that in the results. And the results shows up there. Now there were 2 heads. And I can step through this repeat loop as many times as I want, but 10,000 times is more than what I want to do. So I'm going to put a breakpoint here, which means that I'm going to run the program full speed and it's going to stop at that breakpoint. And I did that by double-clicking the line I was interested in. It's the line right after the end of the loop. So here we go, run. 10,000 trials have just occurred. Now we're sitting waiting for the histogram to execute. Notice that if I hover the pointer over any variable, I can see right there in a pop-up the value that's within that variable. And now I will continue to the end of the program, and we see the probability, and here's our results. So that was a tutorial, an overview of the debugging process. I hope it helps you to use the program. Thank you.